All right, today we're going to talk about Theratears. Once upon a time, before dry eye became big business and before we got flooded with all these supplements and lid care products and such that all say formulated by an eye doctor, talking back in the 80s and 90s, there were some really smart eye doctors out there formulating some eye drops. My personal favorite was Dr. Frank Hawley, and I'll talk about him some other day. But there was another one named Dr. Jeff Gilbard. He was a Harvard guy. He was very, very smart. He really helped move along the scientific world of dry eye. And he invented Theratears back in the 90s. I met him at a medical conference in Atlanta in February 2005. He had a booth for Theratears there. And my original dryeyeshop partner, Cindy Burnett, and I were at the same conference with a booth for Dr. Hawley's drops. Dr. Gilbard was a fascinating personality, and he died in a tragic accident in 2009. Very sad. And his company, unfortunately, became kind of a hand-me-down brand. It would have been so interesting to see where Dr. Gilbard would have taken Theratears as the science of dry eye continued to evolve. So he was a real loss. Let's talk about the drops. There are 3, actually almost 4. All of them are available preservative-free. Yay. 2 of the 3 are also available preserved. Dry eye, we got Theratears Dry Eye Therapy, Theratears Liquid Gel, and Theratears Extra. On paper, the original Theratears is closely similar to Refresh Plus. It's carboxymethylcellulose, but it's half the concentration, so it's just 0.25% of CMC, so it's even thinner than Refresh Plus. But the claim to fame for original Theratears is not one of those obvious on the ingredient list things. Back in the day, and we're talking more than 20 years ago here, it was all about this thing called hypotonicity. Today, somehow the marketing seems to be all around 5 vital electrolytes, which they've dubbed oxylites. And to be honest, I have a hard time getting excited about those. They're things like magnesium chloride and potassium chloride that are in dozens of other eye drops, including Refresh. Second product, Theratears Liquid Gel. Very similar to Refresh Celluvisc. It's 1% CMC. Great alternative if Celluvisc ever goes on back order. Third product, Theratears Extra. That is original Theratears, that's the thin one, plus trehalose, which is a highly favored ingredient for dry eye in Europe. I actually just learned in a press release last week that Theratears has released a 4th product, so I had a quick look at that, and to be honest, it was a little bit disappointing. It's basically Refresh Plus. I mean, it's 0.5% CMC and doesn't appear to have anything else special about it. Anyway, Theratears family is popular, always has been. Regular Theratears and Theratears Extra are going to be especially good for people who do not like blurring from drops because they're not too thick. If you're a Theratears fan, please post in the comments.